So you're thinking about moving to Portsmouth, Rhode Island? Well, in today's video, my team and I are going to give you a Google Maps tour of the Island Park neighborhood. Let's get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Rhode Island, subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Rhode Island. My name is Devin, and my team and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Rhode Island, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you make a smooth transition here to Rhode Island. Let's jump over to my desktop to review the Island Park neighborhood. Here we are highlighting the Island Park neighborhood. Now, for one thing, I want you to get a really good understanding of the distance that you would be traveling to get to this neighborhood. If you're coming from New York, this is going to be anywhere from 4.5 hours to 5 hours. What adds additional time to get to this neighborhood is you have to go through Jamestown, over the Newport Bridge, through Newport and Middletown to get out to this neighborhood. And that's what's going to add another 20 to 25 minutes to your trip. If you're coming from Connecticut, you're looking at anywhere from 2.5 hours to 3 hours because you have to go through Jamestown, over the Newport Bridge, through Newport, through Middletown. That's very congested in the summer. And again, that adds an additional 20 to 25 minutes to get out there. Now, if you're coming from Boston, as you can see, this is roughly going to be an hour door to door as you come down Route 24. It's going to be one of the first neighborhoods that you hit when getting onto Aquidneck Island. Now, what defines this area? Well, Russell Ave right here to Point Road, Park Ave, all the way back to the water. If you're looking for a more in-depth video on the Island Park neighborhood, you can find it in the top of this video. So this is what defines Island Park. Now, what do people love about Island Park? Well, for one thing, this is an up-and-coming neighborhood. This is one of the few neighborhoods on Aquidneck Island, which is Newport, Middletown, and Portsmouth, that you can buy waterfront properties for less than $1 million. Anywhere else on Aquidneck Island, you're gonna pay way more than that. So people are finding it attractive to be able to buy a waterfront home. In addition, short-term rentals and second homes have become more and more popular in this location as the town develops. Now, the Island Park neighborhood is one of the few neighborhoods in Portsmouth that is walkable to somewhat of a town, to restaurants, to beaches. So some of the notable restaurants that you can walk to, I'm just gonna zoom in here. So you have Flo's Clam Shack, Schultz's Snack Shack, Blue Anchor Grill. You have Local Z's, which is down here, and right on the corner you have Tremblay's Grill. So those are gonna be some very popular restaurants, as you can see, that you can walk to in this neighborhood. You also have 3 beaches across from this neighborhood. You have Island Park Beach, Grimel's Beach, and Teddy's Beach. Now, as a side note, these beaches are popular. People like going to them. I'm just gonna click on Island Park Beach so you can get a view of what that beach would look like. It is rocky. So as you can see here, there are better beach options on Aquidneck Island. Your best beaches on Aquidneck Island are gonna be Third Beach, Second Beach, and maybe First Beach, but First Beach in Middletown does have some red tide. Now, if you're somebody who likes water sports or likes water activities, this is a great neighborhood. You have so many different coves and bodies of water that surround you. So the Saconnet River is right here. You have Old Orchard Cove, Long Neck Cove, Island Park Cove. You have Blue Bill Cove, and then there's also, those are pretty much all the coves. A lot of coves to keep track of. But if you're somebody who likes being around the water, this is a great neighborhood option for you, especially if you're sensitive to price points or want to capture a better asset at a better price point. Now, what are some things that people may dislike about this neighborhood? Well, for one thing, as I said, it's up and coming. So on the opposite side of having a tremendous opportunity to buy in at a lower price point, the properties over here, what you'll find is you'll find people that are renovating homes, and then you'll have 2 or 3 homes in between the home that's renovated that need significant renovation. They need new cedar shake shingles on the outside. They need new vinyl siding, new roof, landscaping. So if you're somebody that has to be in an area that everything looks meticulous, Island Park neighborhood may not be for you because it's still being developed. Renovations are still happening, and a lot of renovation really still needs to happen in order for this neighborhood to be pristine. Now, here's the Island Park neighborhood. One negative to this neighborhood is you are fairly deep in on Aquidneck Island in Portsmouth. So I'm gonna zoom out here. So if you wanna get to a lot of the major attractions in Newport, which is right here, you're gonna be 20 to 25 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes away from those attractions, especially in the summertime due to all the congestion and traffic that is taking place on Aquidneck Island. Another thing to note is there's two major roads that get you back and forth from Portsmouth to Newport and Middletown. That's East Main Road right here and West Main Road. So I'm just gonna see if I can drop down and show you what I mean. So let me get you on East Main Road here. All right, so East Main Road is a 2-lane road on either side. There is no divider in the middle. Now, if you're somebody who has younger children or you see really commuting back and forth to go to those Newport attractions or Middletown attractions, this is something you want to keep in mind. This road is a dangerous road. You know, the roads that come off of this road, you have to come across 2 lanes. And at nighttime, this may be a bit of a concern because this road is heavily traveled. People are driving anywhere from 45 to 50 miles an hour, and there's no divider. So you really want to keep that in mind. And I wanted to point that out because this may not be something you take into real consideration if you're buying in this neighborhood. Now, who is buying over here in Island Park? Well, for many years, this used to be primary residents. There's still some primary residents, but right now, the majority of people that are buying in the Island Park neighborhood are either second homes or short-term rental properties. The revenue that's being generated from this neighborhood from a rental perspective has increased significantly over the last 2 to 3 years. So investors have started to take notice in this neighborhood, as well as people who want to buy a second home close to the water. Now, the type of properties that you will find over here are going to be single family structures. You'll have commercial real estate here on Park Ave, but the majority of the homes are going to be cottages, beach bungalows that are being renovated into contemporary style properties. So these are going to be all single family homes. Now, the price point over here is going to be anywhere from $200,000 to really $1 million. There was one property in the last 2 years that sold above $1 million. So this is going to give you a good overview of the Island Park neighborhood. Thanks for joining us on our tour of the Island Park neighborhood. If you're looking for more information on this neighborhood or any other neighborhood in Rhode Island, all of my contact information is in the description below.